Alright, these are the videos on the Holocaust, and this first one's called The Origins of Hate. Like, how did the whole thing, because they just didn't jump into building the death camps and things like that. It had to start from somewhere, and so we're going to go through it. Now, first off, the Holocaust, the word Holocaust actually just means a catastrophe. In Hebrew, they actually have a word called Shoah, and it's been turned into a film there. Shoah means consumed by fire, and a little bit more telling of what the ultimate thing of the Holocaust was. But nonetheless, the Holocaust, not a Holocaust, but the Holocaust refers to the deliberate mass killing of millions of people, namely millions of Jews, at the hands of the Nazi Germans. Now, where did they get this? We've talked about this before. Mein Kampf. Adolf Hitler in this book laid out that Germans were a superior race, because he's going to call them Aryans at this point. The Jews were evil, and so to make the Aryans better, there would have to be a collection of the Jews into one central location and to take their property. That's all laid out in his book here. Now, the Aryans felt that they were superior. Now, the weird thing about this is the Aryans are actually a people of India, up in the Himalayas, and so they really don't look blonde-haired, blue-eyed. So again, hijacking of history, right? But the Aryan race to the Nazis were blonde hair, blue eyes, and they fit in. Now, with all this going on, and you can see my little picture here in the front, the guy throwing gasoline on the fire, a man named Heinrich Himmler, who had been one of Hitler's go-to men, basically threw fire on, or threw gasoline on Hitler's fire. Hitler just didn't like the Jews. Himmler said, well, what if we collected them all together and took the property from them and made them work for us? He's kind of, poking the stick at the caged dog while the cage door is slowly being opened. So Himmler really kind of provoked Hitler. Not excusing Hitler at all. Don't understand that at all. I'm just saying this guy was probably the worst case scenario for this man to just, the two men meeting was horrible. Now, what Himmler is going to inspire Adolf Hitler to do are called the Nuremberg laws. And these were a series of laws. Basically, the laws were to strip German Jews of German citizenship rights. And that means no due process in laws. That means they can't fight the court. So the secret police showed up, said you're guilty, etc. And lastly, mass what were called pogroms. Now, pogrom, and I'll get into that in a minute, is kind of a organized persecution at them. Now, how could you tell them apart? They were required under these Nuremberg laws to wear the yellow Star of David with Jude on it, not where the Beatles got Hey Jude from, okay? So don't think that. But, so they're required to wear these, and it was kind of a mark of, hey, this is a Jewish person, you can do with whatever you want, it doesn't matter. But in short, they're taking these people from their homes and putting them into concentration camps, making them work for the German state. They're not killing them at this point. They might be working them to death, and that's going to happen here in a second. Now, it brings up a little boy, and his name is Herschel Greenspan. Herschel's parents had been imprisoned in a concentration camp. However, they got Herschel to Paris. Okay? Now, while at Paris, he comes a hold of a gun, and this is the book will kind of go through that. In this, he said, I'm going to go in the German embassy, and I'm going to kill the first Nazi I see. And so he shoots this German diplomat, kills him. The news gets back to Adolf Hitler, and how can honestly this work? So, the German Nazi Minister of Propaganda was a man named Joseph Goebbels. And Goebbels said, let me have it. I can twist this to make it look like the Germans are upset at the Jewish boy killing a German diplomat by staging these fake break-ins of these Jewish businesses, and then requiring the people to kind of turn the Jews over more, the ones that might have been hiding. And so Joseph Goebbels begins to plot something, and in the next video I'll tell what he's plotting. Okay?